Hi, this is Tech Insider, and you're watching my review of the OnePlus 3T after 3 months. This legendary flagship came out in November 2016 and has been the talk of the town since then because of its amazing looks, killer specifications, and low price. So, without wasting any further time, let's get to the review. So, after 2 generations of flagship smartphones built out of plastic and metal, OnePlus finally decided to go for the unibody metal design. This design is way better than its predecessor because this is more premium than ever, slimmer than ever. We do have a camera bump though, but it doesn't bother me that much. So on the bottom we have a speaker grill, the good old fashioned 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB Type-C which supports dash charging, and a microphone. So on the left hand side of the phone we have a volume rocker and a mute switch which functions 3 ways, which is do not disturb, silent, and ringing. On the other side we have a power button and a dual nano SIM tray, which is not a hybrid slot. That means no micro SD card support. Now let's have a look at the front of the phone. On the front we have a Full HD 5.5-inch optic AMOLED display, a fingerprint sensor which is really fast. We also have a speaker, a couple of sensors along with the front camera. So let's turn on the phone and check out the boot speed first. This might take a little time. Meanwhile, we can have a look at the specifications. We have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 chipset from last year, combined with the Adreno 530 GPU. We have a massive 6GB of RAM paired with 3400 mAh battery, and this comes in 2 storage options, 64 and 128GB. This device takes a lot of time booting up. So while this is still booting up, we can discuss the price range for this device. The 64GB variant is available for 29,999 rupees, whereas the 128GB variant is available for 34,999 rupees on Amazon and the official website of OnePlus. Now let's have a look at the interface. Just like Pixel devices which have Google Now when you swipe right, OnePlus has added a cool new feature called Shelf, which allows you access to frequent use applications and frequent contacts. Moreover, you can pin your favorite applications and your favorite contacts to this shelf. OnePlus uses Oxygen OS on top of stock Android to provide their customers with a unique and customized experience. And no other flagship has been able to provide their users with that much control over their smartphones. A quick disclaimer, this phone is currently running Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow because Nougat on OnePlus 3T is still facing stability issues, which by the way I will cover for you in a separate video. Talking of customizations that I mentioned earlier, let's have a look at a couple of cool features that you can use to customize your OnePlus 3T. You can switch to on-screen navigation buttons if you don't like physical buttons, or you can swap between your back key and the multitasking key, or you can decide if you want them to be backlit or not. You can also change the theme of your phone. You can choose between a dark theme or a light theme, and moreover you can choose an accent color of your choice. As it is an AMOLED screen, so I recommend a dark theme and a dark wallpaper for saving battery. Next up is the camera. It has a 16-megapixel rear camera along with f2.0 aperture, optical image stabilization, and face detection autofocus. As you can see, the focus seems to be very fast and very responsive, and the shutter speed is pretty good as well. The color seems to be natural and the image processing seems to be decent. We will share a couple of sample shots in a while. One cool thing about the OnePlus 3T's camera is that it has a manual mode. So people who like to click photos can adjust exposure, shutter speed, etc. according to their needs. Here are some sample shots that have been clicked with the OnePlus 3T's camera. As you can see, the focus seems to be pretty decent, allowing us to create a bokeh effect for an object. The camera does pretty well in low lighting conditions as well. The image processing seems to be decent, although the color saturation is a little bit on the higher side. Moving on to the front camera, it has a 16 megapixel sensor. It can shoot up to 1080p video. The front camera on this one seems to be pretty good as compared to the front camera on any other flagship smartphone. Moving back to the software, this is running Oxygen OS on top of Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. It has been 3 months and I have not faced any kind of lag whatsoever. The RAM management seems to be working perfectly provided it has a massive 6GB of RAM. You won't face any lag while performing day-to-day tasks or even while playing graphic-intensive games. The touch is super responsive on this one, and multitasking won't be a problem. If you're looking for an amazing mid-range device, I say you blindly go for it. So this is it from my side. If you have any questions, you can post them down below in the comment section. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you disliked it, hit the thumbs down button. And for more updates and reviews, hit the subscribe button. A special thank you to my friends Ratika Birla and Sanchit Narula for their support. Godspeed.